The Gambia government sets eyes on agriculture sector to ensure food security. South Africa's airport management seeks government bailout to keep head over water. And wood carvers in Tanzania are shifting the market of handicraft to the digital platform thanks to the COVID-19. This and more coming on The World Today. Hello, this is South Africa TV and you're watching the World Today News Bulletin. I am Amadou Kante. Many thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. In a bid to find long-term solution to food insecurity and poverty in the Gambia, the chairperson of the Cabinet COVID-19 subcommittee has identified the agricultural sector as a viable industry to fight hunger in the country. The Gambia government was compelled to invest over $700 million last month in response to food security demand as a result of the COVID-19 emergency restrictions on the livelihoods of the people. Details in this report by Julden Jaesware.
The chairperson of the Cabinet COVID-19 subcommittee called for the transformation in the country's agricultural development process as measure to prepare for the aftermath of the coronavirus global pandemic. Speaking during a press conference on the government food aid distribution on Wednesday, Dr. Aissatou Touré said more remains to be desired for the human cost of food as people move through the ravages of COVID-19.
We must transform our agricultural development process, markets, and how food is distributed. We must do so based on a thorough understanding of the issues. That is one of the surest means of eradicating extreme poverty and fulfill our development aspirations as a sovereign state.
Gambia's vice president observed that it was time for them to ensure the ability to provide food to safeguard the poorest and most vulnerable in the country. She stated that there must be a safety net for those who could not afford food for their families, after which support should be accorded to small-scale businesses during this critical time.
To find closer-term solutions to our food insecurity, we need predictable increases in funding to develop sustainable food systems that can withstand shocks such as an economic crisis or disease pandemics that cause economic paralysis. The government of the Gambia is therefore determined to ensure a coordinated approach to food security issues, in particular at all levels.
The vice president noted that the food distribution exercise in different parts of the country had reached its final touches as of Wednesday. More than $700 million worth food aid was launched by the government of the Gambia to respond to the hunger crisis predicted due to the COVID-19 outbreak. For iAfrica News, I am Julden Jaesware.
And from that report there, next we head to South Africa, where the South African state-owned airport operator is asking for government bailout as the business is seriously affected by the outbreak of the COVID-19. Like many other sectors, the airport industry has been greatly affected during the country's lockdown to cope the spread of the virus. The management expressed worry about the situation, prompting it to call on the government to pay their new loans to enable them to go back to normal operations. Let's have more details of that in this report.
Aviation is one of the sectors that have been hardest hit by the coronavirus outbreak, and that sector's financial health and stability depends on air passenger volumes. The Airports Company South Africa, or AXA, is a state-owned entity that manages South Africa's 9 biggest airports. Those include OR Tambo International in Gauteng, Cape Town International in the Western Cape, and King Shaka International Airport in KwaZulu-Natal. The national lockdown, which began on the 26th of March, has had a number of major effects on AXA. All domestic and international flights have been cancelled. The only activity has been the repatriation of foreign nationals from South Africa and the repatriation of South Africans abroad.
AXA is not different from the rest of other companies that were hit by this coronavirus. And I guess with the airline industry being at halt at the moment, it is very much in the same line with everybody else in the industry. So I guess they are proactive and they are predicting that there wouldn't be any frequent transport that would be moving in between countries and domestic and regional as well.
AXA is one of the struggling state-owned companies that rely heavily on government bailouts. Critics often point out that the bailouts are a strain to the public finances. The entity says it needs up to 11 billion rand in government guarantees over the next 5 years in order to obtain bank loans to continue operating.
With regard to the airlines that are operating in South Africa, we know they are battling, the biggest being South African Airways, and then the second one that is also under business rescue is Comair. And you would realize that the possibility that those airlines coming to start flying may not happen immediately, may take a little bit of time. So that will take a bit of a knock on their operations because these are their permanent clients that AXA have. And surely it is proactive steps that they are trying to do to protect the business and make sure that AXA is a viable business going forward.
Although AXA expects that it would be able to repay loans once flight operations start to expand again, it foresees that banks will not be willing to lend it money at the moment unless the loans are backed by some form of government guarantee.
If they were to look at acquiring funds, they probably better off going to the BRICS Bank because, as you know, South African economy has been, the rating agencies have been downgraded South Africa. So chances of going to the lenders and ask for money, chances are very much slim.
The company is still evaluating its options to ensure cash preservation. There will be no recruitment for the next 3 months. No incentive bonuses will be provided for, and only essential expenditure for the year will be allowed.
And from the report there in South Africa, we come back home because the diaspora branch of President Adama Barrow's National People's Party on Thursday handed cars and medical equipment to the Vice President and Chairperson of the Cabinet Subcommittee on COVID-19. The support is meant to empower national efforts in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic in the Gambia. The Vice President welcomed the gesture, saying it is a duty for every Gambian to complement government's efforts. Details of that in this report. The Vice President of the Gambia and Chairperson of the Cabinet Subcommittee on COVID-19 on Thursday hosted presentation of cars and medical equipment by the diaspora branch of President Adam Barrow's newly formed National People's Party. Deputy Chairperson of the NPP Diaspora Chapter, Kadi Bayo, said they were responding to a national call to support the fight against the spread of the coronavirus in the Gambia.
We are responding to the call of the government for the help that everyone needs in this special case. As Diaspora Chapter, NPP, we come together and discuss that what we can put together in these emergency cases is a very quick response we made. I am here in the Gambia and those in diaspora. We contacted and collaborate to do our part as a citizen and member of this community.
Mambanyik Njai, Administrative Secretary of the National People's Party, described the offers as a national duty rather than political assignment.
Make no mistake, this is by no means trying to politicize this pandemic. These people are Gambians first before being members of the National People's Party. So they felt the need to mobilize themselves and to mobilize resources in order to support their country in these trying times.
Vice President and Chairperson of the Cabinet Subcommittee on COVID-19, Dr. Aissatou Touré, considered Gambians in the diaspora as the 8th region of the country. She used the opportunity to send a message of assurance of her government's recognition of the gesture.
It's not a surprise that this initiative is coming from the diaspora because they are also Gambians. They form the 8th region according to this new regime. I want to thank you all on behalf of the President that the money that is being given, which is $108,800 from the NPP diaspora chapter to support the fight against COVID-19, will be duly spent for what it is meant for.
The National People's Party is one of the latest political parties registered in the Gambia ahead of the 2021 presidential elections, by which the current president hopes to seek a mandate next to his transitional term under the motto Peace, Progress and Unity. Reporting for Africa News, I am Amadou Kante. And from the report there, we stay home and report on matters of the U.S. Embassy because the United States announced its commitment to support the Gambia's efforts to combat COVID-19, working closely with the government of the Gambia, civil society and community leaders. This assistance, which is built on long-term support, is estimated at $3 million, equivalent to $150 million for the year 2020. In a media release on Thursday, the U.S. Embassy in the Gambia noted that the United States Agency for International Development has committed $310,000, which amount to $15.5 million, to assist the Gambia in its efforts to slow the COVID-19 outbreak. The fund is also meant to promote citizens' accountability in executing the local response. These additional funds, according to the embassy, will raise public awareness and promote transparency around the COVID-19 response through television and radio broadcast. And from that, we would now take a break and come back shortly with the remaining update stories. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Badingol men be Gambia anin Gambia e bantala mbenga nyillon ko TRRC bala doko sallabang le kono andi la doko be lori men kan wolen hadama dingol men na nyanto tinyata nyim banko kanjang kabirin July karo 1994 sangola kana January karo 2017 sangola woto momo yalon ko e mantorata nyi wato kono andi man futa TRRC follow pour que la kuma kan di safo me statement no ye fere ke ye futa TRRC ye la kuma kan di atariya nyama yo pour kana TRRC ye fen kenam pasoti kana futa je wala fen dépense pour ka futa TRRC ke la kuma kan di abe seyndi le male barembe nyim fanan ko en la ko pour ka statement no fanan di amanke ko momo yela kuma kan di TRRC ibelo la television no nyatole mobe jube wotude tele bulu ni laptop ka testify mobe yela moy mobe je ise o kenole bar ni man la fo fanan na ise kuma kan dinole ayatra mol ke kan moy bari te nyaada jela nindu man la fo fanana ise sino inin commissional damma aliye kacha ayatra mote bole kalama andu nimme lafta kanyinke ise katoke yin telephone number kumandi pour ka TRRC sotono 7704988 7704988 wala 7415937 7415937 ala baraka mobe sadake TRRC dokot.
Welcome back. You are watching the World Today News Bulletin on Africa TV, and now to the rest of the stories. A newly transformed hospital in Ethiopia, funded by the Chinese government, is being used to treat COVID-19 patients. The renovations of the facility to accommodate coronavirus patients was spearheaded by the Chinese embassy in the country. Despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19, health workers at the hospital are working tirelessly to contain the spread of the virus. Here's more details of that in this report.
Early in the morning on the 21st of March, this hospital in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, was busy as medical staff went about their work. On this day, a suspected case of COVID-19 had been confirmed at the hospital. Wang Jianhua led the medical staff in quickly transferring the patient to the isolation ward. Ifei Hospital is treating 4 confirmed cases. In addition, 42 suspected cases have been treated at the facility. This hospital, which had just opened its doors in November last year, has become a solid fortress in supporting local anti-epidemic efforts. After the first new case of COVID-19 was diagnosed in Ethiopia on the 13th of March, Ifei Hospital quickly responded. With the help of China State Corporation Group, it took 5 days to transform the first underground floor into an isolation ward. The Chinese embassy in Ethiopia urgently deployed 3,000 sets of personal protective equipment, 3,000 sets of isolation gowns, and 19,000 N95 masks for the hospital.
周五晚上，我就收到他们卫生部的通知了。他们说，目前疫情还是比较没有想象中那么简单，甚至有些危重病人我们这里是吃不消的。然后他说，你能不能把整个医院给清空？我说这样，如果真的你们愿意的话，我可以把我整个医院也拿出来，这是我的那个责任。
On March the 30th, Ifei Hospital officially became the designated health facility for the treatment of COVID-19 in Ethiopia. Under the leadership of Wang Jianhua, 20 doctors lived in a nearby hotel. They were divided into 2 groups, each working 4 shifts per day. These medical staff from all over the world joined hands in tackling the epidemic and used their hard work to practice the belief of health-related life entrusted. One night, Wang Jianhua received a call from an emergency patient. He hurriedly called several other doctors who had gone to bed, and they rushed to the hospital together.
This is a very difficult time. This is very challenging time for all of us. In as much as we can, we support each other. We counsel each other. I feel just lucky to work with them, especially during this time, even if it's very challenging.
So I hope this situation with coronavirus will be subside quickly. Of course, not without some difficulties. Every doctors are facing with the difficulties, but we are overwhelming it every day. We have a good protection. We have a good support, friendship support with our Chinese team also. We are also in a good connection with them, 24/7, rather to say. We will be fine, and everybody will be fine.
Everyone will be fine. That's the clear and resounding message from the team at Ifei Hospital. To achieve this goal globally, medical staff in every corner of the world work day and night, non-stop.
China supports Ethiopia to build a new hospital to contain the COVID-19 in the country. And finally, we end this news bulletin with a report in Tanzania, where wood carvers in the country are using technology as alternative to the usual methods in the sale of their handicrafts to earn some income. Tourists from Europe and other countries make good use of the initiative to possess their choice of African earth and craft works. The country's Carvers Association says the initiative is developed to support its members with hopes that the COVID-19 situation could be better as the government began to ease COVID-19 regulations. Here's more details of that in this report.
Wood carving is a blend of imagination, art, and specialized carpentry. And for 30 years, Nyunga Joseph has worked to perfect this craft. Before COVID-19, he mostly sold his pieces to tourists who take wood carving back as souvenirs and gifts, and he used to earn up to $1,200 per month. But since the pandemic hit Tanzania, it's been a fight for survival.
We have been affected in every way, from economically and income. We can't even eat properly. We get meals by the grace of God, through small favors.
Since the suspension of international airlines due to COVID-19, the market has lost most of its valuable customers, causing serious impacts for the over 600 local artisans. Many of the wood carvers here have used the skill they learned decades ago to survive and provide for their families. But since COVID-19 hit Tanzania, they now have been forced to carve out a solution online so as to secure their future. Formed in 1987, the Association of Tanzanian Wood Carvers was the first to be registered by Tanzania's Art Council. The association has over 700 members in Zanzibar, Arusha, Dar es Salaam and Tanga. Its management has now decided to open a virtual market website and introduce online payments so artists can share their craft and do sales beyond their locations.
We have placed ads on television and radio so that all wood carvers can register on the association website. We ask them to upload their works so we can sell them online, so as we can reduce the damage we are facing.
But there is hope. The Tanzanian government recently opened its airspace. Tourists aboard Ethiopian, KLM and Turkish Airlines are expected to land in Tanzania in a few weeks, something that will be beneficial for the market as the country opens its tourism sector following nearly 2 months of lockdown. Nyunga says the government must find a way to direct that traffic to wood carvers as well.
When these tourists come, they should not just go to Kilimanjaro or only in the national parks. They should come to Mwenge and other areas that sell wood carving-based art.
As it stands, Nyunga says the difficulties outweigh the benefit for wood carvers in the country. It's hoped as the government tries to bring back tourism as responsibly as possible, the odds would improve for the best for wood carvers.
And from the report there in Tanzania, we finally brings this news bulletin to an end. But for more details on this and other stories, you can also look on our website on africa.tv. Many thanks for the pleasure of your company. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and bye for now.
Have your say.
Fellow Gambians, my government has approved a $500 million emergency fund, which the Ministries of Health and Finance will work on for disbursement and use to fight COVID-19 menace.
xaalis bi tege yomb na waaye xam lu jafe mooy séddale bi ni ñu ko séddalee ak ndax danañ ko jox ñi ko yeeyoo wala duñ leen ko jox loolu moo jara laajte.
cos loo xam ne la nit yee tax ñu joxe ko te nit ñi ñoo leen fa teg te xaalis nit yi la comme xaalisi population bi la wax dëgg yàlla li gënoon mooy ku nekk gis sa booba.
man su ma sañoon daal ñu séddoo ko nu mu waroo buñ si def xaaj loo ñii diw nañ ko si ku nekk loo war a am nga am ko.
askan bi seen dem ak dikk bu ñu wàññee mu jël ko def ko si loolu noonu participer ko si loolu noonu ba nga xam ne danañ mën a ànd ak moom si wàññi suñu dem ak suñu dikk.
génne leen xaalis bi nañ ko génnee ñu def ko ñu defar suñu réew mi defar réew nag da nga koy commencé njàng mu baax nit ñi di faju feebar di faju tan feebar di faju dafa xemul kombo loolu affaire bi du kombo rek nañ génne ci àll bi yëpp ñu defar fa hôpital li war man mi nekk kombo moo war ka nekk fototo moo war ka nekk Paka Ndiogu moo war ko nekk feneen.
waaye nit doo ko mën a wax mu teg këram joxuloo ko dara lu mu lekk soo ñun balaa corona dañu rey xiif moo ñoo rey.
nguur bi su nekkee ne 500 millions Gambie ñaata population bi ñu ñaata lañ.
2 point or 1 point.
ok 2 point boobu noonu su nekkee dañ ko war a séddale si nit ñi ku nekk ñaata la war a am.
million su bëri soosu noonu nañ ko xaaj jox xel benn xaaf ñu téyegum ñu jël beneen xaaf bi yóbbu ko ci communauté bi ñu téyegum.
silang ning arda ko e bulu courant lu sorota anin borolu sayin pentanglu panande nyante hakilo falol fanan kanne
ya foko ngata si suo kono man sala million be maburu ngabulo kono man sana la kuol bebe kuo be kala jeto hanin min fankana fontolen ko ngata si suo kono fotolo man tara man sa do kuol nin karo fate man tara kejo
xaalis boobu dañ ko war a xaaj ñu jël xaaj bi dugal ko ci wéru yaram bi ñaareel xaaj bi dugal ko ci askan bi.
Have you say